Okay guys, I'm back. I didn't get to a parking lot because it was pouring out when I left work. It stopped, now it's starting to rain again. This weather up here in New York State is insanely crazy. So back to the build process of this car. Before I get going, I want you guys like, subscribe, notifications on. Tomorrow's video, depending on weather, I'm going to go over to Lebanon Valley Speedway or somewhere close to that type of area, so I can not only see if I can drift this car, but also do a burnout or two. Now, as for the build process of this car, what will be happening to it, what aftermarket parts will be done to it, obviously wheels and tires. I'm thinking about going with Advan wheels. I want 20-inch rims. I'm looking for a meaty tire, maybe 275. I don't want to go any bigger than that, only because I don't want the car to be super low, and I don't want it to be really wide, because if you get pulled over in New York State and you have wide tires and it goes out of your wheel well here, like if it pokes out, you get slapped with a big fine, and it's no fun. Now, before I go with any other aftermarket parts, I want to go over with you guys what needs to be fixed on this car. This whole side here, there's plenty of things wrong. I'm not too sure if the camera will pick it up or not, but as you guys can see here, there is paint dripping. Paint dripping. I can't talk today. Paint dripping down here. There is multiple dents and dings throughout this entire side, especially right here. There is rust starting to bubble up in here, as well as inside the door itself. Now, as far as the roof goes, as you guys can see, it does look uneven. I'd hope the camera picks this up, but it does look uneven. There's plenty of dents. I am going to be making a video on how to fix your sunroof if the sunroof itself is off its tracks, because that's what the problem with this is. So yeah, I am going to make a video on that probably next week, only because this is my daily driver. There's no other cars here, daily driver. So I want to be able to still drive this car back and forth to work, and I don't think I'm working next week, so that's why the video will be next week. Now, covered wheels and tires, I am going to be getting Spiker headlights and fog lights that are smoked, so it can go to the black, like the black with the rest of the car. As far as the interior goes, as you guys see, the seats are down right now. That's only because I was going fishing, and you guys can see the fishing pole over there. I was going fishing, need to put the seats down, but there is some stuff wrong back here. There's a bunch of parts that have been taken out. I'm going to do a video on how to completely take apart the back seat, like the back part of your car, and put it all back together if you guys do have any problems with your back seats that you need to get to or anything like that. Now, let me go down to the comment section below. Sorry if the camera's a little shaking, but if gasoline ruins your paint, because when I go to fill up my tank and I take the gas hose out and I go to put it in the tank, it always seems to drip out, and that's because the person before me who was using the pump before me did not empty it out all the way. He probably stopped a little bit before, and that was it. So when I go, it drips out, and right here, the camera may not be able to pick it up, but right here there is definitely some discoloration. Well, I can, you guys can't. But as I feel along here, there's two different types of like paint here. I can feel maybe like the clear coat's gone, but this is just smooth paint. The rest of it still has this clear coat on. This whole car does need to be touched up, but tomorrow I am gonna, like I said, go find a parking lot or something to go drift this around or go and do burnouts if I can. I've tried to do a couple of burnouts, not the best at it. But I am also going to get an estimate to see if I can get this rear bumper repainted, because as you guys can see here, at least I hope you can, that the paint is chipping off on the front, as well as, let me take you guys around, as well as down here. This is all coming off. It's all been scratched up. Now this car is a hand-me-down. My mother was the one driving this before me. She's not the best driver in the world. She really isn't. But as far as this side goes, the same kind of thing. There's plenty, the rust starting to bubble up here, and you really can't let that go no matter how small it looks, because it just gets worse and worse. Now, I did get into a minor accident It was just myself. There was nobody else involved. But the fender liner in here, I hope you guys can see that. But the fender liner in here actually came off, and it completely pushed out this fender, which sucks because I spent about $80 just to get this fender, and then I had it put on, and now it's all screwed up again. So I'm gonna take this to the shop tomorrow. I'll get an estimate. I'll let you guys know what that is, so we can get this car rolling and looking nice. But as you guys can see here, all along here, paint chips here, that will cause rust. There's rust starting to start here. Even down here, the paint just cracked. It all needs to be fixed, especially up here in New York State. For those of you who even live in the Northeast, like Pennsylvania, or even New York, or Delaware, maybe not Delaware, but anywhere up here, you guys know rust is a thing. And it's a thing for a lot of people, and I don't want it to be that big of a thing for me. Previously, I did have the hood repainted, so that's looking good. I do need to get this washed because raindrops all over it, and then it gets hot out. The rain, does its thing. I did get the trunk repainted, and this really pisses me off, guys, because I had this trunk repainted, and then all of a sudden, it's a little thing, but it drives me absolutely crazy. And I'll talk about another little thing that drives me crazy, and I'll give you guys an example. But somebody came up, I still think it was my mother. She denies it because I never park next to anybody. Whenever I go out, I never park next to anybody. So there's a scratch right along here. I want to take this to Tune Revolution Chicago, September 14th, and this has got to look very awesome. It's got to look in tip-top shape, because you go to an Evolution, you go to all these different car shows, you see a lot of the same cars, all different builds, of course, different styles, different owners, obviously. So they all have different ideas for their own car, but you don't see a whole lot of Toyotas. And if you do, the Toyota Supras are in all like Japanese imported Toyota. You don't see Toyota Camrys. So that's why I want to take this. I want to build this into something that you don't really see a lot. But sadly, no, I don't really say sadly because I don't want to be old, but I am 16. I still do live at home. I still at my mother's house. But so once I get out of here, I am planning on dropping a 2JZ engine under the hood with a manual transmission swap. So I will completely be redoing the entire interior of the car. Of course, you got the 49ers steering wheel. Not too sure if you guys can see it down there, but I got the 49ers floor mats. That's my team. I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate for that in comments, but you got to stay true to who you believe in. And I like the 49ers a lot, especially now that Kaepernick's not in it. But yeah, there's damage throughout this entire car. There's rust starting in different spots throughout the car. There's a few spots on the roof I actually just found out about today. But yeah, that's pretty much the build for the car. Wheels, tires. I am going to be doing an upgraded brake system because I'm going to be doing a video on like taking off these tires, all four, and going behind here and actually showing you guys what's going on back here so you guys can get an idea. But the brake drums, the rotors, the calipers, it's all going to be replaced with newer, better performance parts. Now, as you guys can see, I hope you guys can see, but the dents and dings throughout this entire car, like one right here. I'm not too sure if the camera can pick that up, but there is. So when I see a tiny dent like that, I immediately think like, okay, a truck just smashed into my car and it's totaled. Because I'm a car person, I'm an automotive person. I like cars, I like trucks, and I like motorcycles. I love them, I think they're awesome, and even better, especially if you're an enthusiast, if you like to modify your cars, you can build them into whatever you want. Especially with this car, like I said, I want to build this into something that nobody's really ever seen before, a 2JZ swap 2004 Toyota Camry. I haven't seen one at all, which is absolutely insane, because now just up here in New York State, I've seen a whole bunch of these cars, and nobody's got them modified. Nobody's doing anything with them. They're just either selling them or using them as like their daily driver. You gotta have fun with your car, you gotta take care of it, and you gotta modify it. You can't just have it be bland, vanilla from the factory. That's no fun. But that's pretty much all the build's gonna take. I am gonna be doing window tint all the way around. I am gonna be doing probably 45% on the windows. No, not 45%, maybe 25% on the windows, 30% on the rear window. The front, I do have to leave like that because in New York State, again, if you have window tint on the front, you will get a ticket. You'll get pulled over, you get a ticket, big fine, no fun. Now, I am going to be dropping off, not dropping off, I'm just going to be dropping the exhaust, not the exhaust, the muffler right here. I'm going to be taking that off. I'm going to be doing a video on that. I'm going to be taking it off because this car can make so much more noise, it can be so much more powerful just by taking off that exhaust, taking off the muffler, because it restricts so much air, it makes the car sound like it's sick. So I am going to be doing that. Suspension wise, I am probably going to start off with coil overs, only because I want to get this car low. And again, I'm at my parents' and my mother's garage. This is my mother's house. I just live here. I am 16. But once I get my own place, this car will be unbelievably insane. But yeah, I want to get your guys' input on what I should do. Wheels and tires, I really think I should go black with red accents. But let me know. Let me know what I should do. Because right now, I actually painted that hubcap right there, like the Toyota symbol. I actually painted that red on that wheel, and I think I did it to one on the wheel. I'm not too sure. But yeah, so I want to go with K-Sport brakes all the way around. Brakes, rotors, calipers, whole 9 yards. K-Sport. And then I want to go maybe Fortunato. I do believe that they make coil overs for this car, which is insane, because I wouldn't expect them to. I mean, this car is like, you don't see too much of this car, so I wouldn't expect people to make parts for it, but they do. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this car. Build-wise, I kind of give a brief overview of what's going to be going on. But as this car progresses and progresses more and more, I'll be giving you guys more and more detail as to what's going to be happening. So yeah, then I really think that's it. I'm going to get